Canton Public Library is putting local students' artwork on display. It's a special installment of the library's guest artist program.
And WGEM's Madison Norris is live in Canton to tell us more about some of this art. Madison.
Mackenzie and Daniel, I'm live here at the Canton Public Library, where earlier I actually got to talk to some of the students about their inspirations behind these pieces. A topic turned into a concept and then turned into art. Canton R5 junior high and high school art teacher Brittany Welker says her students wrestle with their individual topics all school year, finding ways to convey their emotions through art.
For me, while teaching them, I just hope that they find their voice.
The majority of this year's topics circle around issues involving life, society, and themselves. Welker says her goal is to give them confidence and to help them find themselves through their art.
At least know some topics that are going on in the world, then I feel like I am equipping them as a well-rounded student to leave our small school and go be a better citizen because of learning about some of these issues.
Every student's topic is different and dives into different challenges. Junior student Kendall Weathers explored the topic of manipulation.
Like the feelings are like a lot deeper than what people think they would be, because like there's a lot of signs that you really don't see if you're like within a situation that has to do with manipulation. Even though like outside people can see it, but you yourself, you can't.
Weathers says the topic was important to her because although it's tough, she has seen and been involved with manipulation before and knows that she'll see it again.
Universal, so I feel like a lot of people experience it even without noticing that they do experience it.
Weathers, along with several of her other classmates, say they feel validated knowing that their art is being displayed here in the library. Live in Canton, Madison Norris, WGEM News.
All right, thank you so much, Madison. And the student gallery will be up through the end of February, but tomorrow night from 5:30 to 7, the library will host an open house launching the student gallery opening.